Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Bob Bilbrook on the line, and he's CEO over at Capture. Bob, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Adam. Great to be here. Thank you.
All right, so excited to get into today's topic. I mean, startups, helping startups from womb to tomb, as you worded it. I said, oh, man, this is going to be a good one. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit more about what you're doing over at Capture. Tell us a little bit more about the company, please.
So Capture, the strategic management and consulting firm. We do many different things, starting at very early stages with companies all the way through mid-stage companies to late enterprise, Fortune 500 size clients also. And we do a number of things in creating go-to-market strategies for them, partner and channel programs, sales and marketing programs, all the way down to the digital marketing programs. And then even for some of our startups, we will do capital introductions for them and get them tied into potential investors either within the angel community, within the family office community, or even with some of our VC and partners, connections and partners in the VC space. Usually very early on investment around angel or family office investment in these startups. And we're not capital raisers for ourselves. We're more of capital introducers.
That's awesome. And so let's change it up a bit because, I mean, you're the guy to talk to about this. So helping startups from womb to tomb. I mean, where do you want to start with that one?
Well, what we noticed, the reason why I formulated the Capture division within B2 Group going on 3 years ago now is we realized many of the startup companies that we were dealing with were undercapitalized. They either had no runway or very little runway. And therefore, we started saying, you know what, we have this great network of angel investors, family offices, and also VC groups that we work with in many different regards, and also just stay connected with. And we're like, they're always looking for deal flow, and startups are always looking for capital. So it was kind of a natural transition for us to start doing what we call capital introductions, which is trying to at least get parties interested in and preparing startups in pitching these capital groups or investors in getting them interested in the different technologies that our startups work within today. Those verticals for us vary. We're very strong in connected health, wellness, fitness, aging, pharma. We also do a lot of work in apps, e-commerce, media, blockchain, mobile, and IoT.
So I know this is going to vary from company to company, obviously founder to founder, and experience level. But that being said, you work with a lot of companies. What are some of the challenges that you found some of the founders have in raising capital? Like what makes it more appetizing to your, let's say, introductions versus?
Yeah, I think the number one issue or problem that founders have is raising capital is a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
So bringing in a group,
which is an understatement. It's 2 full-time jobs, right?
Exactly. It's full-time. Yeah, it's 2 full-time jobs. It's a 24/7, endeavor every day for a startup founder or partners to find capital to fuel their company. So partnering with a group like us, like Capture B2, it frees them up to do what's important, which is to run their business. We find it's a very nice additive to our services because we already offer partner and channel programs that allow us to build a path to revenue, and we can show that to these investors to show them they have formalized partner and channel programs that now fuel a path to revenue, also help them actually manage those partners in a logical and technical way. And we build all those different technical aspects of those programs, all the jargon and the outline around those programs for them, which brings even more value add to them as they start to put together their pitch decks and, start figuring out valuations and how much, revenue ramp they'll have and different things around, their startup plans. So they go very well. They go hand in hand. All the services. You know, you have to have partners and clients to make money, and that's what investors are looking for. They're looking for a return on their investment within you. You know, in 3 to 4, you know, maximum 5 years. So we kind of put all those pieces together for those startups.
So you've really positioned yourself and your companies at the intersection of deal flow is what's kind of taking place. So that being said, any interesting trends or anything that you're noticing just from vantage point in terms of deal flow?
I think it's a challenging environment. I mean, speaking as of, you know, at the March timeframe, it's becoming more of a challenging scenario. I think we see a lot of things happening. I mean, if you look at the macro markets, there's a lot of potential bad waters on the horizon. I mean, as you know, talk about the macro sense of the market in the aspect that a lot of airlines, a lot of travel companies, a lot of hotel chains, all these groups are starting to see a slowdown because of the coronavirus. You know, and if it's more hype than actualness, you know, as a fact or not, it doesn't matter. The market's spooked by it, and that's causing people to travel less, is causing people to congregate less, go out to dinner less. All these things that, you know, do not support the 70% population that we need consumers out there spending to do. So what we see is a massive slowdown. If you couple that with these companies starting to call in on some of their derivative contracts and things like that. I wrote on LinkedIn this morning that, you know, there's 25 banks that hold $222 trillion worth of derivative contracts. If those start getting called in, we might see a full economic Armageddon in America, because those insurance contracts will be paid out, and since they're kind of deep pool investments, all of this is not fully known where they lie, and most people don't call in derivative contracts. But Procter and Gamble and Delta Airlines and all these groups probably have derivative contracts with different banks, and they need to go to that insurance policy with things like that. So we see money tightening. That had not been the case, you know, the previous 6 months to 1 year. Money was pretty easily flowing, and, you know, it was just the process of going through the measures to find the right timing and different things, and actually outreaching to the right groups that might be in the market for making those kind of investments with a startup, you know, that we might work with. Now I think we're going to see a tightening of that investment. I think it's going to be even more important to work with, you know, groups like us, Accenture, Capgemini, you know, Bain, and, you know, some of the bigger boys, to get exposure to the right potential partners, and then to have a strategy and go-to-market strategy, partner programs, sales and marketing programs that work and are tested and proven and true for these clients. And one of the things, you know, the startups are short on is cash, and they're big on ideas, short on cash, and usually short on guidance, because they're not channel experts, they're not partner experts, they're not sales and marketing experts, which you know, it causes a dilemma, not only for finding money, but also for actually running and scaling their business, which is not only important to investors, but also important to their bottom line as a startup.
So there's a lot of people listening right now, a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, executive founders, all the above. I mean, that's my audience. What are the right types of fit to contact Capture? What are the right types of companies that you like working with?
We work with the full paradigm, from startups all the way to what we call Fortune 500 enterprise-sized companies. But anybody that's looking to accelerate revenue, anybody that's potentially looking for structured channel and partner programs, which are some of the most overlooked programs in business today. Most companies that have a structured partner or channel program do very, very well. And those can consist of many different looks and feels, right? You could have a simple affiliate program, you know, where you go out and you have widget A and you're looking to sell widget A, and you tap into this wonderful influencer affiliate program. You know, that's kind of the simplest sales and marketing tool that we can think of, affiliate program. And there's, you know, we have platforms that do it. There's other platforms out there that somebody can sign up on and start adding affiliates to sell their products, services, and solutions. There's also, you know, a structured partner and channel program. And any group, in our opinion, any company with any size, from a single employee to 500 or 1,000 employees, should have a structured partner or channel program. And within that structured channel or partner program, it's going to say how you do business with your partners. It's going to say, hey, we're a 2-tier distribution group, or we're direct to consumer, or we're gig economy, or whatever the schema of their channel or partnerships is outlined clearly in that program. And, we put that stuff together. We work with partners to put those programs together, and then we go out to onboard the right partners within those programs to help them grow, their revenue and, help them with the sales and marketing processes to complement those programs.
Fantastic. Well, and Bob, what is the best way for someone to reach out to Capture?
You can go to www.capture, which is CAPTJUR.com, or you can simply send an email to info@capture, once again, CAPTJUR.com, and somebody from either our operations team or our sales team will get back to them within the day.
Fantastic. Well, hey, Bob, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about what you're doing to help our entrepreneurs and our founders out there succeed. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely give us a subscribe there. But also, leave us some comments on the video. Love to hear what you thought and also what kind of projects you're working on. And Bob, thanks again for coming on the show.